Hello, everybody. Hartwigga here. Today we are here for the launch of the FormulaOCE podcast, Over the Limit. I am joined by the man himself, Dutchy. How
How's
are
it
you,
going?
mate? How are you?
I'm pretty good actually. Finally getting this season underway soon. So first race is I think in about an hour. So
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
we're doing
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, it's taken a bit to get to this point. Obviously, season one probably wasn't the most fluent thing. Just run us through how it all kind of happened, really, how it all started and where it is now.
Um, so it was a bit of a rush start um, due to the fact that a league that we were previously in shut down unexpectedly, and me and Oxygen Thief took it upon ourselves to create our league and just continue on racing with a bunch of people that we found from this other league. And I think we took about like two weeks, 3 weeks to get it up and running. So it was actually really good to see that everyone was getting amongst it and yeah, getting involved with the racing again. Um, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. Last season kicked off quite strong. We had, I think, 1.5 grid. So we had Sundays F1, which was full, and Wednesdays was just really much all over the shop. And whoever wanted to race F2 raced F2. So,
Yeah.
um, and then later in the season, obviously, we started getting a little bit more known. And a lot more people joining as well, which helped us fill out 2 full grids and even helped us out this season as well, where we filled, I think, almost 3 tiers and F2s as well. So we're doing well on that aspect.
Yeah, no, I mean, I understand how it feels. Obviously, WRL when I was running it, yeah, it was very, it just came out of nowhere. With league we were like you guys were a league we were in, evaporated, I guess, and yeah, it was born out of the ashes of that. Obviously now those two have merged into the one Formula CE, and yeah,
Yeah.
season two is right around the corner. Um, and yeah, it's taken a lot to organise. That's from experience, and I know you've been under probably the most pressure. I think. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Especially. I don't like to see it that way. Mainly because I do have the admins and the head admins in place. If there is any questions that need to be sorted out, but mostly even they come to me as well. So um, yeah, hopefully this season we can finally just get a standing point, and then we can just move on from there. Everyone kind of knows what their job is and what they're doing,
yeah,
and we can move forward.
no, exactly, and I mean, getting on to this season, there's been a bit of a radical change. Obviously, we had the Sundays and Wednesdays last season, but now it's going to be all through the weekend. Um, what's the reasoning for that?
Mainly because well, we also have so on the Wednesday night we still will have a race on Wednesday night, but we just need to probably get the first 2 or 3 races out of the way. It will be a realistic league, so instead of turning the car performance to equal, it will be realistic. So we'll have the slower guys in the quickest cars, and the quickest guys in the slower cars.
Yeah,
I think that'll actually be really interesting to see where that ends up, and if people uh, decide that that isn't their cup of tea, then they don't need to do it. But also, we'll still be racing on Wednesdays. Tier 3 is on Fridays. F2 and Tier 2 is on Saturday, and Tier 1 is on Sunday. Mainly because the reason for the change is mainly because everyone seems to be a little bit more open and all that stuff to racing on a weekend rather than a weekday, just in case.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, we've got really much anything for anyone. If you're new to the game, Tier 3, depending on your pace, could even be Tier 2 or Tier 1. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
I think to add on that, I think the weekends just kind of coincide with what we're used to in Formula One and general motorsport things. So I think it just runs a bit better, and like you said, everyone's a lot freer on the weekends. Um, Obviously this weekend the trial races for FormulaOCE. Um, Many team principals will be watching. What's the just give the audience a bit of a general kind of overview of why we're having these trial races.
So the trial races, basically, we have estimated on what pace that the drivers will be at. So we've put who we think will be in tier one into tier one, who we think will be in tier two and tier two, and et cetera, et cetera. The reason being for that is because we were supposed to do some time trials, but not really many people sent them in. So the trial races are helping the admins and the team principals and all that stuff to sort out people into their appropriate tiers and get everything rolling from there. So some people from tier one might even be dropped down to tier two. Tier two can go either way, up or down, and tier three you can only go up from there. So so just because you guys are put in tier three, don't put your head down either. Just keep working. If you get picked into a team, ask your team principal for help. They'll set up practice sessions. If you need setups, if you need race information, just ask them. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to help you.
Yeah, and that leads us quite nicely into probably the biggest change I think to season 2 is the way that teams are being picked, and that's through the draft, which has been quite a bit of a talking point, I'd say. What's your thoughts on the draft and how they're going at the moment?
So with the draft, I think we have worked that out quite well up until this stage. We are thinking about doing the draft next week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So for Western Australia, that will be 5 p.m. It will be over on Xbox Party Chat, so then I can stream it to the FormulaOCE, so the drivers can watch and see what team they're in and watch it live, basically, to see what's going on and all that stuff. So it'll be pretty interesting with the draft. Hopefully it does work as smoothly as I'm hoping, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, you can never know, but at the moment it seems to be going well, and a lot of hype's being built now. Just thought we might backtrack to season 1. We might go over a couple of things that have happened throughout season 1, some key moments, and the championship winners in the end. So obviously, Sunday's championship winner was Broken Reptile in the Haas, and Haas went on to win the constructors there. And Wednesday.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Mitchie there as well.
It was.
On Sundays, really feel for the guy.
Some say it forced him into retirement, but we won't speculate. On Wednesdays, obviously McLaren got the constructors' job done, but Reptile proved again he's just too good, winning both titles. But sum up season 1. Like, how you looking into the championship races and key moments. What were some big moments for you?
So probably the biggest moment was when Jenny came into FormulaOCE. Probably I think maybe like the second or first race he raced in was Silverstone. He gapped the field by I think like about 40 seconds and just took off, and that was probably like a massive key moment. Really put everyone else on show, to be honest. Like, they actually we got to work for this now, But other than that, I think it'll be very close this season. I can't really tell who's the favourite, who's going to be constructors or anything like that. I honestly can't tell you, because with the whole tier system, the way that we've put it up now, it'll be very, very difficult for us to judge who's going to be champion of what and all that stuff. But at least Broken Reptile can and probably will try and defend his title. So
that was breaking up. We also forgot Formula Two. Obviously yourself winning that. Um, yeah, how did you feel about winning Formula Two?
Yeah.
It would have been it was. I didn't catch much of it, but it seemed pretty entertaining.
Um, it was very difficult uh, towards the end of the season. A lot of DNFs, a couple of wins at the beginning, which set me off really strong with Oxy close behind in P2. Univitosi kind of just ran away with it, we thought, and then Wyborn and Korg came along and put us under the pump for the rest of the season. And didn't really take too nicely to that. There was a bit of controversy at Silverstone. There was a couple at Han as well. But other than that, taking out, I think, the F2 Championship by 2 points in the end. Very,
Close.
very close.
Yeah.
All coming down to that last race at Brazil. Kind of had me scared there for a bit. But if anyone was going to beat me, I would have been happy it was called. But yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Now I think about it, every tier and every championship come down to the wire, come down to the final race, at Brazil.
Yeah.
So it just shows that there's a high caliber of racing, here, and yeah, like you said, season 2 is going to be so unpredictable, and it's very entertaining. Right. Time to a bit of crunch time, I think. For each tier, I'm going to pose a question. Who do you think the top 3 in each tier is going to be, pick wise?
Oh, pick wise. Here we go.
Yeah.
So myself, Crew Karma, and Hartwigga here have pick 1, pick 2, pick 3.
Yes.
I'm looking towards Kahoot God for pick 1. Very quick, very, very clean driver as well. Top-notch bloke. Hartwigga and Karma are probably fighting for their picks.
Most definitely.
But it looks like it's good. It's good man Pinshu. Hasn't been quite doing too well on New Game as well. So that's one to look out for. I do admit that he's very questionable at this stage. But yeah, we don't know. We don't know. Probably Jenny as well. Jenny would have to be one of the first 3 to go out in tier 1.
Yeah, you think he has to be up there. I'm seeing if I can just get the tier list up, because I might have a look and have a quick gander for my tier 1 predictions. I do, like you said, obviously I can't go past Kahoot God for pick 1 if you're going to pick him, so
Yeah.
keeping me too. At my predictions at the moment has to be Pinju, unfortunately, to Mercedes. Yeah, not happy about that. I don't think Pinju is too much either, but I won't add fuel to the fire today. Pick 3. Quite a few drivers in mind. So I'm gonna have to go ahead, and this is gonna be controversial because I've been talking to a few people, but I think Josh might even go pick 3.
Gosh, big guns.
You know, I don't.
That's if you, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's definitely been talks. That's all I'm gonna say. Definitely been talks.
He is a quality driver, I can tell you that, from another league that I'm in that he runs. So
tier 2 though, obviously we probably haven't been as much involved in tier 2, looking at the picks and that. But I mean, what do you think the top three in tier 2 will be?
Probably Lil T.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's even
Paddy
there.
Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paddy Crow would be one. and I don't really know any other two
That's
two drivers. I haven't really had a look.
not good. All right, I'm gonna say pick one. I agree, Little T. I think he's probably on his day easily in the best drivers in Tier One, racing alongside him. Myself.
Mm.
Pick two. I probably would have said Paddy Crowe as well. He's had that after that social race, he had a lot of hype. And I think a couple of team principals will be looking at him. Fairly sure McLaren has that pick, so I think he'll be pick two. And in terms of pick three, I'm gonna chuck in. No, it's your boy. You know what? He's not the quickest driver, but I think the personality is what they're going to be looking for, and I think he's going to go up high.
Just a bit of controversy
I know, yeah, that's what they want.
in the draft. Yeah.
Tier three. Now, this is probably the most interesting one, I think, because we don't quite know. Anyone could be the quickest on their day, because a lot of them are fairly new to the game, or haven't played it much. So yeah, what's your top three for tier three?
Tier three. Well, we won't really know until the end of. Like, I don't really know that many tier three drivers compared to pace and what they could be.
Yeah.
After these trial races, it just really depends on because It's Your Boy could go down to tier three. We don't know yet. So
yeah.
Tier three, I'm not really too sure. I know there's been talks about one person in particular between a couple of people, but I'd like to keep that on the down low.
Oh, okay. I don't think I know who that is. My top three, though, I think if I'm looking at just pure pace on these guys and who they might end up with, I think I have the first pick in tier. I think I might have the first pick or third pick. Or
Yeah, I think
I
you
think
do.
it's
Yeah,
the first. Yeah, I think I traded for that.
It was mine.
Yeah, it was yours originally. Yeah, went in a very big loop. But I think first up, will be Watto, just due to him and I being close mates. Really, good bloke. That's what I want in the team. Pick two. You know what? I think maybe even Bremer. Pick two.
Ooh.
He's very vocal in the chats. And
he is quick
he
though.
shows some very good pace. So don't be surprised if he goes to tier two. But if he stays at tier three, he'll be pick two, I think. In terms of pick three, it's up in the air. But yeah, I'm not even gonna try to pick a pick three in tier three. It's very up for grabs. I think tonight's race. Well, this is recorded on the 6th, the Friday. So yeah, tonight's race will be the telling tale for that. But yeah, a lot of quality drivers that you just don't know where they're going to be picked. Really, have to wait and see.
Yeah.
What else is there to really talk about?
I'm not really too sure, to be honest.
Yeah, well, there's not much. Obviously, there's been no racing. There has been a couple of social races throughout the off season, and plans to do some more
10v10 against
FormulaOCE and RRL races. So that will be interesting. That'll be something good to catch up on. A little exhibition race. But yeah, not much racing still as we're getting everything ready, up and going. But it should be racing very, very soon. Our season opener will take place at Bahrain. It'll be the 2021 calendar, excluding the 3 new tracks to the game that will be put into the calendar late in the season. I think Russia's still going to miss out because we don't like Russia.
I don't know. I think we might just add it on.
You reckon?
Might
just have 23. Might be doing the full 23. We could even
might do the full 23.
China do 24. Just saying. But a very long season ahead. I think longer than last season, by a considerable amount. So it will be a test for drivers to be consistent all season. But yeah, I mean, I haven't got much else to talk about. I don't know if you have at all.
One thing I'd like to say before
Yeah.
this podcast finishes is thanks to Rapid Racing League, due to the fact of being in a partnership with them. They've helped us quite a considerable amount, and I think we've helped them as well with their races. So cheers to them. So yeah,
Yeah, no, that definitely they've been. I don't have too much to do with their league, but they have really, really high quality drivers and really respectful drivers as well. So, they're a great
yeah.
league, and it's good to be in partnership. Also, quick little mention to Taylor Racing, one of our own. Yeah, give them a bit of a mention. They'll be, no, that way on your screen if you're watching this, and just know, yeah, Taylor Racing. We might put a thing out on the socials about that. Make sure you go follow him on Instagram. That's obviously Little T. Yeah, just support him in his karting, and yeah, no, thank you to him. But
That's it.
yeah, no, that's all we've really had for today, guys. We'll be back hopefully next week after the draft and after all is done, to give you a bit of more in-depth season preview. Um, yeah, I can't wait to see you guys again. Any final words, Dutchy, before we head off?
Nah, that's probably about it for
That's
me.
it. Righto. Yeah, so we'll see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed. See ya.